the good life, full of fun.
Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. Another big exciting day in my kitchen. How you doing? All right guys, too much coffee. I'm hitting that espresso machine way too much. We got a great day today, a very exciting day. One of those great real simple, quick, fun, absolutely delicious recipes you can make in your kitchen. It really brings in the flavor of Old Italy is roasted chicken. So a lot of times you'll take a chicken and you can dress it out like we're gonna do today, and you can bake it and roast it, and that's phenomenal. But today we're gonna grill it. So today's essentially a grilled kitchen. It's a simple, fun, old Italian recipe my grandmother used to make. A lot of times you can make this on in the grill. You can do it right in your house with a grill. It's nice if you got those marks. So whether you got a cast iron pan or a grill like I've got going hot right here. All right, so let's go over ingredients. Even though I know I'm cheating here, I got 4 cloves of garlic. I really have 3 because I got 2 little baby ones. So I'm going to take 4 cloves of garlic, and then what I have here is I have a teaspoon, and it's a heavy teaspoon, like a heaping teaspoon of thyme. Oh, thyme is one of those delicious, herbs, one of those delicious seasonings that, it just gives you flavor. It's so great with, certainly with olive oil or butter, and it goes phenomenal with chicken or fish. Just absolutely delicious. And then what's very customary with chicken is rosemary. So I've got a tablespoon of rosemary. So a heaping teaspoon of thyme, and I've got rosemary. I mean, fresh is always the way to go if you can. We're not in my home in Italy here. We're in up in Casanova, so wasn't able to get that rocking and rolling, okay? Now what I've got here is some butter. And I have here about 3 tablespoons of butter, which will be great. And we're gonna mix that in and put that in under the skin. It's gonna be great. I've got 2 whole lemons, all right? Some of which we're gonna put inside, some of which we're gonna grill as a season, and everybody gets on a plate. And then I've got a couple of whole oranges, same thing. We're gonna put some of that inside and we're gonna grill it. It's gonna be great, okay? I've got my traditional salt, which is my gray sea salt. I've got pepper, fresh ground, only way to go. Obviously, we've got some olive oil here. So what I've got here is a half of a cup of what I'm gonna call, I'm a little biased, the world's greatest, best tasting olive oil you will ever have. That's right, you know it's coming. My shameless plug, got Vito and Joe's. I have 2 boys, Vito and Joe. I own an olive grove in Italy. And we basically co-op with a whole group of farms right in the Puglia region to bring you literally the most delicious olive oil. You can get a bottle of Italy right in your kitchen. These are Italian olives, harvested, picked, and pressed within a matter of a day in Italy, and it's absolutely delicious. So these are Puglia. Species of olive is Ogliari. It's a peppery, earthy, grassy. It is truly the best. So you can get it right on Amazon, Facebook. You can go right to our website. Cooking Italian with Joe makes a phenomenal gift really any time of the year, certainly the holidays. We've got a 1.5 liter bottle. We drop ship it right to your house. If you get a little bit more than 1 bottle, maybe 2 or 3, we throw in a Cooking Italian with Joe apron or a towel, a little something, in our way to say thank you. So make sure you hop online and grab yourself and your family a bottle of olive oil. So I'm just gonna use a heel of my hand right there. If you're hanging out with people who don't like garlic, I gotta be honest with you, I think you gotta hang out with some new people, okay? That was one of my tests when I was dating women years ago, is I put on a little extra garlic. And if they said, oh, boy, smells like garlic, are you serious? I mean, honestly, you might as well find your own ride home. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you, that's not exactly true, but here we go. I got my garlic going, right? So I'm just gonna take a piece of the garlic in my Williams Sonoma. I'm gonna take the 2 baby ones here. I love this thing because it's got like a little hydraulic on it. It's really cool. All right, and I'm just gonna give it a squeeze. Oh, baby. That's so nice. That right there is absolute, oh my God. I mean, seriously? That is something that will, I heard that if you have garlic, it lowers your cholesterol. You won't even have cholesterol if you eat that. That is seriously good. That's beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna take my time. Now what I like to do on a dry herb, I like to get it just going a little bit, so I like to get it between my fingers and just give it a quick grind. It'll release a little bit of the flavor, a little bit more than if you just throw it in there. And we're putting it in oil. And remember, dry herbs are always going to give you almost double the flavor that a fresh herb would do, okay? So, oh my God, that is good. You know, I read an article in a medical journal that said if you smell rosemary once a day, oh, that's good. It helps with your memory. At least I think that's what it said. Maybe it's basil. It must be basil because I can't remember. All right, enough with the jokes. Enough with the jokes. You're not funny. You're not funny. All right, so we got it going, and then I'm just going to give it a stir, right? And then I'm going to use, I'm going to say a teaspoon of salt, okay? And then I'm going to use my fresh ground pepper. And you know, again, you're going to want to use like a heavy teaspoon. So you're just going to stir that. Oh, that is good. All right, guys, time to open the chicken. Holy mackerel, this thing's still going. No, I'm just kidding. That's a fresh chicken, though. I got a Trader Joe's organic chicken there. Isn't that great? Oh, it looks great. So we're going to prep this thing, and it's going to be really easy. All right, so essentially, if you flip it over, here's your breast. So we're going to open it up the other way, right through the back side of it, okay? Essentially. And then as we cut it through the back side, which will be really easy, then we're just going to remove the breastbone because we're going to flatten it out and open it up. The easiest way to go, here's your breast, right? So I'm going to flip this over, and then simply put, I'm just going to take a knife, and then I'm just going to do that, and then, oh, you're just going to cut her down the middle, all right? Woo! Like a surgeon, for God's sakes. I mean, it doesn't really get easier than that. And then the only thing that'll restrict you is your breastbone. So on the breastbone here, if you guys can see it, the bone comes right across the front, okay? So what you're going to do is you're just going to make a little incision, like a surgeon here, right? And you're going to see it'll actually, with a little bit work of your hand, the breastbone will actually pop right out. And the reason the breastbone's important to get out is because it's going to prevent the chicken from opening up. Okay, there you go, perfect. And then real easy, you're just going to take your knife, push it across this side. Look at that, perfect, okay? There's our breastbone. Now that chicken just opens up beautifully. Isn't that nice? Now there's another little trick you can do. This is like old, this is Old Italy, but what you do is you take, with that flesh, just put a little hole, knife blade away from me if you notice, and then you just put your leg through there. You guys can see that, all right? So I'm just gonna watch your finger, knife blade away. I hear my mother, I don't mean to sound like your mother here, but what we wanna do is we wanna marinate, but remember, anytime you put flavor on the outside of the chicken, that's great, but you're only flavoring the skin. You're not gonna get a lot in here. Now in this case, we've got that chicken wide open here, which is gonna be great, but we wanna get a lot under that skin. So you wanna find a couple of spots, you don't wanna pull it all off, but you wanna find a couple of spots where you can get underneath that skin, right? And just get your finger up underneath, see that? So now I'm gonna take my marinade and I'm gonna dump it all in there, okay? So there's my olive oil, my salt, my pepper. And then with your hands, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna take as much of that marinade and salt and pepper, get it on the outside. I feel like a masseuse here, you know what I'm saying? Man, there's some knots in there. And then what I'm gonna do, it's not funny. You want me to just cook and shut my mouth? Okay. So, and then you're gonna take as much of that by hand and get it up underneath that skin. That's the key. Then you're gonna take your butter. So I'm gonna take a couple of pieces of butter. So I've got half, right? I'm gonna give it a little mush. And same thing, I'm gonna put that butter, a couple of pieces of that butter inside under the skin. All right, so we're Old Italy here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut those ends off. So you're gonna wanna go at least a 1/4 inch and you wanna do some slices. So I'm gonna do that with that and the orange. So same thing with the orange, take that little edge off. And then what I do here is I take one lemon. So I'm gonna get a couple of pieces, right? And then I'm gonna do the other end. See, I got some small. So now I got, 8 pieces there. And then same thing with the orange. I'm gonna take a small piece, Same thing with this smaller piece here. Okay, this one's a little bigger. Okay, so I'll do that, all right? And then I'm gonna actually put those, under the skin. So I'm gonna place those up under the skin like I did with the butter. So these will be grilled along the side, right? And I always try to take out as many seeds as I can. You'll miss a couple, right? And then these, as I said, I'm gonna put these up underneath. So I'm gonna grab a couple of lemons, a couple of orange, and I'm just gonna pop them in here. And again, equally distribute them, right? Now I'm gonna let this marinate. I'm gonna let this marinate for about 2 hours to 3 hours. And as soon as this is done marinating, we're gonna bring it out. We're gonna get it fired up on the grill. So I've got some tin foil. We're doing old school in here, and you can do this right on the grill. Cast iron pan, tongs, okay? So the cast iron pan is essentially just gonna be a weight. So I'm gonna put the chicken on the grill. I'm gonna put the foil over it, and then put the cast iron pan over it. This also keeps some of that moisture in there as well, okay? I'm gonna throw the lemons and the oranges on along the side within a few minutes. I'm not gonna put them on right away because they won't take as long as the chicken, okay? Chicken, we're probably gonna do about 4 or 5 minutes on one side, then 4 or 5 minutes on the other, and then we're gonna kind of turn it back and forth a couple of times so it cooks evenly. All right, guys, so I'm gonna pull that chicken out. Okay, I'm gonna pull that out of the way. I'm gonna take my aluminum foil, just like Grandma used to do, pop that on top. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys, it's kind of noisy in here. We're in the middle of it. Woo! Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? All right, so now we want to flip it. So I've got 2, right? And I just want to show you how nice this came out, right? There's a little oil here, so I just want you to watch it because you don't want to have a grease fire, all right? So just go slow with it. That's thick, so we got a lot of cooking to go yet. So I'm going to flip it nice and slow, right? Look at that. Woo! Look at that. Is that, I mean, are you kidding me? All right? So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put this over the top. So now I'm going to let this go for a good 5 to 6 minutes. Then flip it again, and then flip it again. It should be perfect. At this point, once it's settled, you know, again, if there's any oil, just watch that oil, okay? I'm gonna just throw a few of my, look at that, isn't that great? I'm gonna throw my lemons and oranges along the side here, okay? It's been about, like 20, 25 minutes. I've turned it twice. All right, let's open this guy up. Ooh. This should be our last turn. Oh, yeah. Look at that, right? Is that just beautiful or what? I got my last pieces of lemon and orange. Man, I'll tell you, the smell in here, you know, you got that chicken, you got, my mouth is watering, you got the lemon, the orange, the olive oil, and the butter. I mean, this is just absolutely delicious, you know? So I'm gonna cut into that just a bit. You know, you hate to do it, oh yeah. And it's so moist, oh man, it's perfect. Could not be better. Oh, that's good. I mean, I'm going to present this to the whole table. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I'm just cutting a few pieces out of there. Shh. Okay, our little secret. Don't tell anybody. Oh, well, I'll tell you, you could just smell everything. The marinade, you know, the olive oil, the orange, the lemon, the chicken. And it's got those grill marks, you know, it's caramelized. My mouth is watering. Oh, yeah. Check it. It's got the hint. Oh my God, that was great. It's so moist. You got that crunch on the outside. Salt, pepper, the flavor, the delicious flavor of the chicken. The hint, if you will, of the orange, the hint of the lemon. You know, it's not overpowering. Oh my God, that is good. Holy mackerel. And we get that caramelization on the outside. Oh! Man, that is good. I gotta tell you, that is absolutely delicious. Molto deleccio, right from old Vecchia Italiano. Absolutely delicious. Brings me right back to Grandma's kitchen. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget, guys, spend some time with your family. You know, shut down the electronics, the TV, shut off your phones, play some great music like I got playing in the background, Dino, Frank, whatever you want to do. Surround the table with the kids, make a mess, make some mistakes, who cares, it doesn't matter, right? Have some fun, celebrate your heritage, set some traditions. It'll be traditions that your family will remember for a lifetime. Until next week, guys, have some fun in the kitchen. Buon appetito.
A good life, full of fun.